Hi dear friends, this is Vinita. I am back with our series of Science and Technology, chapter number 3, Current Electricity, lecture number 1. I hope all the students have solved the try yourself questions of previous lectures and do verify your answers with the answer given over there. Use the hint. If there is any doubt, mention in the comment section. Doubts will be surely solved. We are going to today start with the third chapter of your subject, which is current electricity. Today we are going to deal with the concept of potential and potential difference. The chapter current electricity is further divided into 4 concepts: potential and potential difference, conductor and insulators, which are also called as bad conductors, electrical resistance and Ohm's law, connection of resistors and effective resistance. The first topic today is potential and potential difference. When we start the chapter current electricity, we remember about the electricity which we use at our home in our day-to-day life in order to run the appliances. Electricity is of utmost importance in the modern world, isn't it? For everything, electricity is the must. We depend on it for almost everything in our day-to-day life. In order to avoid the inconvenience faced due to failure of the power supply, hospitals, banks, office and many other private institutions make alternative arrangement with the help of generators or inverters at home. So electricity is used for running electric furnaces, electric motors, several other huge instruments in industry. This slide will give you the picture about how important the electricity is and dependence on the electricity. In industries, all the furnaces, can you see? These are all the furnaces. These are all the big towers, okay? Chimneys. These are all working based on the electricity only. The entire industry works on electricity. So this is the basic use of electricity at our home. The power consumption in the domestic appliances like the fridge, electric oven, mixers, fans, washing machine, vacuum cleaner, roti maker, etc. Okay, have helped us by saving time and labor. All of the device cannot be run without electricity. So electricity is important. Not only human beings, but some other animals also use electricity. See here. You can see the example of a fish called as eel. This is the fish called as eel, EEL. Okay, use electricity to catch its prey and also for the self-defense. The lightning, this is lightning which strikes the earth, is an excellent example of natural flow of electricity. What if we could collect this electricity and store it? We can use it for many purposes, correct? So these are all the examples which shows you how important the electricity is. Now, where from this electricity come at our home? It is generated at some power stations, at some stations which is at the outskirts of the city, because of using wind, using water, hydropower plants, windmills are present, nuclear power plants are present. These all power plants generate electricity. Okay, so for generation of electricity, if we suppose take a water, when a water is stored in a dam and it is released from a dam with a great speed at a higher level, and because of gravity it will fall to the lower level where turbines are placed. Here the turbines rotate and the generator will generate electricity, which is then step up and step down, means voltage is made high and low using transformers. Then it is passed to the cities using this distribution lines. You can see these towers, these wires. These are all the distribution lines which extend to the city, and this is how the electricity is generated and distributed to all of us. So you all of us have seen the waterfall. The water falls from the mountain, okay, from higher level to a lower level. So water here also in the dams and reservoirs fall from the higher level to the lower level, and that is how the electricity is generated from the dams, water in the dams. So potential and potential difference. In order to understand the potential and potential difference, you have to deal with this example, okay, this experiment. First of all, I'll tell you the definition of potential difference. The difference between the value of potential at 2 points A and B is called the potential difference between them. You can see this point, this figure. Here there is positive, here there is negative, okay. So this is positive potential, this is negative potential. So there is difference between the two values, higher potential, lower potential. So this difference is called as the potential difference. The experiment which has to be performed is, first of all, you have to take the equipments like 2 bottles, plastic bottles. These are the 2 bottles, a rubber tap, a clamp and water. Set up the experiment as shown. Keep one bottle at higher level, one at lower level. Clamp it, okay. After connecting these 2 bottles, you clamp it by using the crocodile clips, and then fill the water. Fill more water in one bottle, fill less water in other bottle, okay. Then remove the clamp from the rubber tube. Note your observation. What happens when the clamp is removed? The water will start flowing. Does the water stop flowing after some time? No. Or yes? Yeah. So answer is yes. The water will stop flowing after some time. Why? Because the potential, the level of water in both the bottles becomes same. Once it becomes same, the flow of water will stop. What will you do to keep the water flowing for a longer duration? In order to keep the water flow for a longer duration, fill more water here and very less water here. So your water will keep on flowing till both the levels become same. That means there is zero difference in the level of in the level of water of both the bottles. So once you are done with it, the inference is what? A positive charge flows from a point of higher potential to lower potential. It flows from higher potential to lower potential, okay. This you have to remember. Same is for the charge. A positive charge flows from higher potential to lower potential. See, using this conducting wire, it will flow. A positive charge flows from higher potential to lower potential. We have seen that electricity flows due to the conduction of negatively charged electrons. See, flow of electrons is called as current, and current flows from lower potential to higher potential. This is the flow of electrons and this is the flow of positive charge, okay. Flow of electrons causes current, and in order to make the potential difference stable, the charge will move from positive potential to negative potential. Both are opposite, okay. Electron flow from point of lower potential to higher potential. This is like lower potential and plus sign is higher potential. Light striking in the flow is the flow of electrons only, because the light flows from a point of lower potential, that is negative potential, which is there on the cloud, to the point of the zero potential, which is on the earth, okay. Light flows from cloud to earth, and cloud is negative potential and earth is zero potential. Earthing is always zero potential. So there is a potential difference between the two, okay. And since cloud is negative, earth is zero, that is earth is positive with respect to cloud, correct. So it is a flow of electron. So we shall study the definition of electric potential in higher standards also. But as such, now the difference between the values of potential at the 2 points, positive point and the negative point, okay, the point A and B is called as a potential difference. This is called positive potential, this is called negative potential, and the difference is called as a potential difference. Here in the figure, you have to observe this figure. Conductor A is at higher potential. You observe this figure. The conductor A is at higher potential, B is at lower potential. When these two are connected by a wire, conducting wire, a potential difference is created between the two ends. An electron will flow from B to A. Yeah, electron will flow from B to A. This flow will continue until the two conductors A and B have the same potential. That is, until their potential difference becomes zero. Only the flow of electron will stop once the potential difference becomes zero. This two, both the potentials are same, flow will stop. So work has to be done against the electric field to take a positive charge from a lower potential to higher potential, because flow of charge is from positive to negative So some work has to be done if you want to take the charge from lower potential to higher potential, because we have to work it in a opposite direction of the electric field. So the reason. Okay. So potential difference of a cell. The difference in the potential between the positive and the negative terminal. There is difference between the positive and the negative terminal, correct? Potential difference is there. That is called as a potential difference of a cell. A cell is having a positive terminal and a negative terminal, everybody know. So the positive terminal and negative terminal are having some difference in them. That is called as a potential difference in them. The chemical inside the cell create the positive and the negative charges. That is okay? Okay. So the potential difference is itself caused by the chemical reaction occurring inside the cell. The potential difference sets the electron in motion and result in the flow of electricity through a conducting wire connected to the two ends of the cell, positive and the negative. Another definition says that the amount of work done to carry a unit positive charge from point A to point B is called as a electric potential difference. We have to take a unit positive charge from one point to another point. At that time some work has to be done, as we said that some work has to be done against the electric field to bring the positive charge from one point to another point. Okay, that is called as a electric potential difference. So 1 volt potential difference is defined in terms of volts, capital V, work done upon charge. It is same as a definition. The electric potential difference is defined as the work done to carry a unit positive charge from point A to point B. So 1 volt is equal to 1 joule, which is a unit of work, upon 1 coulomb, which is a unit of charge. It is named, the unit is given in the honor of the scientist Coulomb, who invented charge. The unit of potential difference in SI system is volt, remember. Free electrons. These free electrons are always present inside the metal, and because of the motion of these free electrons only current is generated. See how. Every atom has a nucleus. Okay, this is the nucleus at the center. Inside the nucleus there are neutrons and protons. Neutrons are neutral, protons are positively charged. Outside the nucleus in its orbit there are electrons revolving around the nucleus. These electrons are negatively charged. In a metal there are always weakly attached outermost electrons. Since they are weakly attached, they are not having a strong attachment with the nucleus. Okay, so force of attraction with the nucleus is not strong to those electrons in the metal. Therefore those metal get converted into conductors, because since the bonding is weak, the electrons, the free electrons in the outermost orbit, move freely from one atom to another. This causes the motion of the electrons throughout the conductor, and this electrons which flow generates current. Current is called as I. Okay, generates current. So every atom of a metallic conductor has one or the more outermost electrons which are very weakly bounded to the nucleus. They are called as the free electrons. Free electrons are themselves the charge carriers which allow the current to flow, and this is how we get the current. Okay, the negative charges of the electrons also get transferred as a result of this motion. The free electrons in a conductor, they carry the current. Okay, so this happens in the conductor, happens in the metals especially. So they are called as a metallic conductor because they conduct electricity. There is some interesting information here. There is a scientist, the Italian scientist Alessandro Volta, constructed the first electric cell. This is the electric cell constructed by Alessandro Volta. The unit of potential difference is named volt in his honor. This volt, we call it as this volt, correct? Potential difference, the unit of potential difference is volt, is named in the honor of scientist Alessandro Volta. This cell is called as the Volta's simple electric cell. Do you know that very small values of potential difference, that is expressed in volts only, are expressed in the following units. 1 millivolt, milli means 10 raised to minus 3 volt. 1 microvolt, micro means 10 raised to minus 6. 1 kilo, kilo means 10 raised to 3. The large values of the potential difference are expressed in 1 kilovolt, which is 10 raised to 3, 1 megavolt, which is 10 raised to 6. Just remember these points. how the small values of the potential difference are expressed, how large values. Milli, micro are the small values, kilo, mega are the large values. Okay. So in short, what we have studied today is the generation of the electricity, how it is generated. See here in this slide, you will come to know how it is generated. It is very simple. Potential difference of a cell. What is the potential difference? The difference between the 2 points A and B in the cell. Positive potential, negative potential. This difference is called as a potential difference. Another definition of potential difference was the work done to take a unit charge from one point to another point is the potential difference. So V is equal to W by Q. That is potential difference is equal to work done upon charge in coulombs. And what are the free electrons? Free electrons are always present inside metals because they are the conductors, and there are weak electrons in the outermost orbit of the atom of a metal. So the reason, since they are weakly bonded to the nucleus, they move. Their motion causes current to flow. So we learned the concept about free electrons, and in the future lectures you will also learn about what is charge. You will understand how the coulomb is the unit of the charge, what are free electrons, how they conduct electricity, what are conductors, what are bad conductors, what is resistance, Ohm's law, and these are very simple formulas. This is the first formula in this chapter, and very interesting numericals are based on these formulas. So keep watching the series and do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.